out tonight. Lover's mood, it'll make you feel alright. Cause it's breakfast with Bob.
Honcho Man! Welcome back to Breakfast with Bob. My name is Bob Babbitt, brought to you by HOKA, One, Polar, Halo Neuroscience, Velofix. Today's plan, Normatec, Four Seasons Resort, Hualalai, Triathlete Magazine, and we are at beautiful Huggo's on the Rocks. Our next guest, fifth last year. Give it up for Kaisa Sali. How are you, Kaisa?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I am wonderful. So, another good year of training?
Yeah, a really consistent year of training, so I'm really happy to be back and feel strong, and yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, now last year we had some really good racing going on with you and Heather Jackson and Sarah Crowley, and there was such a close, all the women were very close together coming down, coming out of the Energy Lab.
Yeah.
Had you seen that before in other races where in a full Ironman distance race where there was that much racing going on that late in the race?
Yeah, it was just awesome last year. Like, we were pushing each other like so hard, and it was one of the hardest experiences I've ever had. It was so great, but I'm also sure that this year the race will be even better. There are so many great women on the start line right now that I'm ready to fight until the last meter, and I think there will be many of us really close to each other.
So when you look at the field, or when you look at a race like this, do you sit down and like look at the other athletes and try to figure out, or do you just worry about you?
I just worry about me. There's enough to worry in there, I think, for this race. But anyway, of course, I've also had a look at the start list, and I just feel like so grateful to be part of this race, because I feel this will be like the best women's race ever seen in Ironman triathlon. I really believe it.
You really think so? Yes.
I really think so.
Well,
I'm quite sure about it.
Carfrey back.
Yeah, Leeds back, and also the newbies here in Kona who are like former Olympians like Sarah True, Helle Fredriksen, Anne Haug. They will be like really fast, and of course Daniela, Lucy, Heather,
it's
Sarah
Crowley.
It will be like so crazy and so fun.
What would you be happy with place-wise?
I'm just doing my best race ever. The training has gone really well, and I feel a lot stronger and faster than before. So I'm sure that I can do better than in 2016 or 17. But where it takes me, we'll see on Saturday.
Yeah, because there's a lot deeper field.
Yeah.
And you're still working with Siri.
Yeah, I am, and super happy about it.
You know, what I love is we look back to when you were 12 years old.
Yeah.
12 years old, that was when you how did you first hear about Ironman?
Yeah, my father told me about this sport, which is held at this beautiful island, and the people are like doing some crazy stuff. They are swimming 3.8 Ks, then they are biking 180 Ks, and then they end up the whole thing with a marathon run. And as you said, I was only 12, but I instantly thought that, okay, this will be my thing. I want to do the whole
12 years old.
I want to try how I can manage it. But I was 12, so I didn't get permission to do the whole thing. But yeah, on one beautiful day, I took my pink little mountain bike, went out for a ride with my father, and we ended up doing 180 kilometers.
Well, but wait.
Yeah.
But it was to show you how tenacious this young woman is. So first you finished, it was 172K.
Yeah, actually, if you are true, we first finished 172. We ended up to our my grandmother's place, and my father was quite tired. He was like ready to go to eat some pancakes, but I was totally mad. Because I did get a promise to do the 180 Ks, not 172. So we had to do that 8 Ks more before I was ready to say that, okay, this is enough for today.
12 years old, little pink mountain bike, 180K.
Yeah.
But you weren't eating pancakes until you get those another 8K.
Yeah, and I loved every moment of that experience. I still remember how I was really crying behind my father at some point of that ride, because I was so tired. But I just couldn't let my father see that I'm crying, because then we would have stopped. But it was like, I just felt that I will get something from this endurance sports that I can't get anywhere else, so I instantly fell in love with triathlon.
And the goal early on, then you became the Olympic format, right? ITU for a number of years.
Yeah, I did ITU distance for like 15 years. I was pretty much injured all the time, or then I was just struggling with my not so good swimming, and I was the first one to miss Beijing and London Olympics. And then in 2015 I decided that okay, I'll follow that childhood dream and go for the Ironman distance, and did my first Ironman.
And how'd you do in the first Ironman?
I did 8 hours 48.
In your first Ironman, you
so
went under
it
9
was
hours.
pretty good. Yeah.
Under 9 hours.
Yeah.
First time out.
Yeah. And I loved it.
Yeah. So you loved it more than the ITU racing.
Yeah, I did. I think like the biggest thing is that I'm better racing against myself than the
Yes.
others. And ITU racing, I love it. It's like so cool sports, but it's anyway more like a paddle.
Yes.
Against each other.
Right.
And Ironman is just more like supporting each other, and everyone is doing her or his own thing and just
Right.
the best we can. So yeah, it's a bit different.
Yeah, it's
mentally.
different because really with this, it's you against yourself and you against the course.
Yeah, I think like
The other
if
athletes are there.
Yeah.
And when it comes down that last 10K, you got to think about them. Up until then,
Yeah, of course we are racing also against each other, but it's not like the same. If you start racing against each other, when the gun goes off in this Ironman stuff, you'll be screwed. You'll be in big trouble when you hit Queen K. So it's better just to go against yourself.
was the goal during your ITU days? What do you look at as your best race from the ITU days?
I won a couple of continental cups, and
Yes.
then I think was it 10th in the World Cup, so something like that.
Yeah, and immediately you had success when you went to the longer distance.
Yeah, I think like because I had anyway been training for so many years, it did help a lot, and then I guess I have some talent towards this long stuff.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll tell. So, and then this year, in terms of other races that you've done,
Yeah.
what have you felt good about this year, this summer?
Oh, it's been a really consistent year. I did win Ironman Arizona after last year's Kona, and
So you went right from here after 5th place here because you wanted to get your points and make sure that you were good here?
yeah, and I wasn't just tired after this race. I think this is a race that you have to give your everything, and just like 1 or 2 weeks after you can decide if you want to still do something or just take the rest. But I decided to go to Arizona and did win it, and yep.
So that's pretty amazing to do another Ironman a month after this and win it.
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. I had really good time. Helle Fredriksen did her first Ironman there, and we had a good battle, so it was fun.
And then did you take some time off?
Yeah, then I had some time off, and then we started to build towards this season. My other big goal was Challenge Roth, and I ended up 3rd there. That's a really good placing, and I'm happy that I was able to dig deeper than ever before in that race, but I had some like really huge nutritional issues. It was the hardest day I've ever had, so I have a bit mixed feelings from that race. And then only a month after that race, I did Ironman Switzerland as a long training day, as my coach said. And I did
Easy
win
for
that
him
race.
to say.
Yeah.
Actually, or for Siri to say, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I did win it. So I had a really good time there. So yeah, it's been a good year.
Talk a little bit about Challenge Roth for people out there who've never been there, because there's 24,000 people who live in that little city, and on race
Yeah.
day, there's 250,000 people on that course.
Yeah.
How crazy is it?
It was just like totally crazy and so awesome. Like I think definitely the best race I've ever done in Europe, and would be the second after this big
Right.
race. So it was like a really cool race, and I definitely will go back with better nutritional plan.
And what would it mean to win that race?
Yeah, that's like my other big dream.
Love that.
Of course.
Kaisa, have yourself a great race on Saturday. You're going to have a great one. You've been
Thank
so
you so much.
consistent here. How about a round of applause for Kaisa Sali?
Thanks.
Out tonight, a lover's mood. It'll make you feel alright, 'cause it's breakfast with Bob.
Thank you, Pacha Man.